Today, we are in a gorgeous Gulf-front town where old Florida meets new. Here you can find modern hotels with rooftop pools and breathtaking views, just minutes from a historic fishing village where old boats still bring in the fresh catch of the day.
But whether you prefer your beautiful beaches with a side of modern shops and amenities or a bit of that old Florida charm, this place has something for you. Now, that place we're referring to is Madeira Beach, and over the next 36 hours, we're going to show you the best of what it has to offer. Now, those of you who've followed us for a while know that we've visited countless Florida beach towns on this channel, and we do tend to prefer those lesser known gems over the more trendy tourist hotspots. But in our opinion, Madeira Beach really does have just about the perfect mix of both. It has that relaxed feel that will melt your stress away, but also has so many things to do.
Now, it is still pretty early and many of those things aren't yet up and running for the day, but one place that is the Corner Kitchen and Coffee House. So we're gonna grab some coffee and meet you out on the beach. We're here at Archibald Memorial Park, and while it is a little bit chilly for just relaxing and laying out on the beach, it is a perfect morning for a beach walk or looking for seashells. We've only been here a few minutes and we already found a full sand dollar as well as a sea sponge. Now, I don't think that sponge is going to be replacing the sponges we got in Tarpon Springs a few weeks back, but it is still pretty cool to find them along the beach. The parking lot here is open. Parking is around $4 per hour. They do have nice new restrooms, rinse-off stations, a beach accessibility mat, and you can rent loungers here, but unfortunately the snack shack is not reopened.
Now, normally a hot latte would not be our drink of choice out on the beach, but as Jamie mentioned, and as you can probably tell from the way we're dressed and how there's no one out here today, it is cold. I think it's in the mid 40s right now, so this hot latte is really hitting the spot. Now, we were a little bit bummed when we learned that the Sweet Brunette coffee shop would not be reopening after the hurricanes, because we love that place, but we were so happy to find that the Corner Coffee House's coffee was just as good as we remember Sweet Brunette's to be. They also have a really impressive food menu, and it sounds like eventually they will be having live music on the weekends too. For food, we decided to just split a guava pastry because we do want to save our appetite for our lunch spot later that we're really excited about, but that pastry was really good. So we just spotted this thing on the beach. I have no idea what it is, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to touch it. It does look really cool though, so if any of you know what it is, let us know in the comments.
They brought a big tractor through and took away all the seaweed.
Now, it is starting to warm up out here, so I think we're gonna head back to our hotel and shed some layers because it is located just a few blocks from here. And while we're there, we'll give you a quick tour of our room and show you some of the amenities.
Welcome to room 503 here at the Cambria Hotel. As soon as you enter, the bathroom is on your right. It's got a shower that's equipped with shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, plenty of counter space, and a mirror that's Bluetooth with built-in speakers, meaning we could listen to our own music when we were showering and getting ready this morning. Now, just outside of the bathroom, we've got two queen beds. We did sleep in this one last night. We'd say the mattress is medium firm and the pillows are really nice. We did sleep really well in it. In between the beds, there is a nightstand with a cubby underneath of it and several charging ports above. Across from the beds, there's a small bench, a full-length mirror, and some hooks, as well as a workspace and a TV above. On the other side of the room, there's a sofa and a small table, and across from that is the coffee station. We have a Keurig machine. There's also a few drawers, as well as a microwave and mini fridge. And next to that, behind this sliding door, is the closet. Now, our favorite thing about this room has to be the balcony, specifically the views from it. Out here, you have views of both the bay and the Gulf. That beach right there is where we were at earlier today, and we absolutely love that you can see the Gulf from the bed. Now, our room is on the 5th floor, which is the highest floor you can book a room on, but this hotel does have a rooftop, so that's where we're heading next.
Now, I am not opposed to enjoying a good cocktail at any hour of the day, but 11 a.m. is still a little bit before I typically have my first. But they're actually running a $5 margarita special on the rooftop right now, and I cannot pass up the chance to enjoy a good drink at a bargain price with views like these.
Skylar just said we gotta tell my mom about this. The $5 margaritas on the rooftop.
They're good. Now, I have had a few $5 margaritas in my lifetime, but they've never come with the tahini lined rim. They've never tasted this good, and they've definitely never come with views like these. So I'd venture to say that this may be the best drink deal in all of Madeira Beach.
Now, as good as the views are up here during the day, they're even better at sunset. And we were able to catch one last night right after we checked in. And I'm not sure if we're gonna make it back here for sunset tonight. So we'll go ahead and show you some of those shots we grabbed on the rooftop last night. Now, we do want to mention that you can order food up here on the rooftop. There's also a restaurant in the lobby and on the first floor. We actually popped into the one in the first floor. It does look really cool, but we do have a tour planned down in John's Pass this afternoon, and we want to make sure we get there in time, so we're going to head that way and grab some food on the boardwalk.
Our lunch spot brings us here to the Boardwalk Grill, which is a little waterfront restaurant tucked away at the far end of the boardwalk. Now, they're actually known for their lobster rolls, but we found out they're also known for having a really good Philly and a fresh grouper po' boy. And since Madeira Beach is actually known for being the grouper capital of the world, I had to get that po' boy, and Jamie went with the Philly.
The bread is super soft, the meat is very tender. It's creamy and cheesy, but not being like too cheesy. I did add onions and mushrooms to it. Overall, it's a fantastic sandwich.
Now, first thing, I gotta comment on how massive both of these sandwiches are. I'm really glad we didn't order any sides, and this grouper po' boy looks delicious. Now, the flavor of this sandwich is great. The grouper tastes fresh, and whatever sauce they put on here gives it a little bit of sweetness and tanginess. But I think my favorite part of this sandwich is the texture. The bun is soft and a little bit chewy, and the grouper is super crispy. Overall, this is an excellent po' boy.
Now, you may have noticed we did ride our scooters here, and that's partially because we're already paying for parking at our hotel, and we didn't want to have to pay for parking again here at John's Pass, which that will typically run you around $4 per hour, but you can pay for it on the Park mobile app.
Now, the Boardwalk Grill is definitely one of those more old Florida spots. It has a super laid-back vibe, it's tiny, and it's actually pretty easy to miss. We're actually kind of embarrassed to admit this, but that was the first time we've been in there after visiting John's Pass several times because their food really is that good.
We really did have a hard time deciding which sandwich we liked better, so we would recommend coming with a friend and ordering both of them and swapping like we did. Next, we're going to enjoy the boardwalk a little bit more and then get out on the water. Now, before we hop on this tour, we did want to remind you all of our exciting new partnership with Visit St. Pete Clearwater that is helping us to show you the best things to do here in Madeira Beach, as well as in some of our other favorite Pinellas County destinations.
Now, if you haven't already seen our Tarpon Springs travel guide video, be sure to head on over to Visit St. Pete Clearwater's YouTube page to check that out. And before long, we'll have our Madeira Beach travel guide episode up over there as well. So we are out with Captain Dan from Florida Tiki Tours on the big boat, which holds up to 18 people. One great thing about this boat is that it does have a restroom and also Bluetooth speakers. Now it's a great boat to be on if you're having a bachelorette or a bachelor party, or for any other party where you have a good sized group of people. Now if you're looking for a smaller, more private experience, they do have 3 smaller boats that hold up to 6 people. Those do not have a bathroom though. Now the standard tours on both the big and the smaller boats are an hour and a half long, but if you do want to book a custom tour on either of the boats, you can do that as well.
You can bring your own beverages on these boats. They provide ice in a cooler, but if you forget yours or want a fun spot to pregame before your tour, they actually have a bar right where you board the boats. It has beer, wine, and a variety of frozen drinks, and even Dole Whip.
We got an emergency, guys. Jamie is behind the wheel of the tiki boat.
Now, over halfway through our tour, I decided to hand captain duties back over to the professional, so Skylar and I could enjoy the ride back with a couple of drinks. Now, on a warmer day, this sandbar would be full of boats. And our captain told us that sometimes people will rent out these tikis just to go to the sandbar.
Now we do have to thank Florida Tiki Tours for hosting us out on the water today. As you probably saw, the crowd was a little bit slim, likely due to the unseasonably cold weather today, but we still managed to have a great time. But we both agreed that it'd be a lot more fun with a big group of people because that boat is definitely meant to host a party. So we're hoping to get back on it with a bunch of our friends someday. Now, when you're ready to book your own tiki tour, be sure to head over to floridatikitours.com. Next, we're going to start making our way towards our hotel because we are going to be coming back here to Johns Pass tomorrow, and we do have a couple of stops along the way.
At the other end of the boardwalk is where you'll find the bridge that connects Madeira Beach to Treasure Island. Eventually, we probably will be filming a new episode over there, so if you don't want to miss that or any of our other Florida adventures, make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications turned on. There are a few small beach accesses just north of Johns Pass, but they are ones that you'll miss if you're not looking for them. The parking spots here are limited. They do fill up fast when it's busy out here, but if you can snag one, we would highly recommend coming out here if you don't need any amenities because the paths to the beach are gorgeous, the sand is soft, and it's just beautiful out here.
Now, it's been well over a year since Hurricanes Helene and Milton wreaked havoc on this area, and many of the businesses have fully recovered, but a few of them did close down permanently, and some others are still rebuilding, including the business behind me, Dockside Dave's, which is known for having perhaps the best grouper sandwich in the entire Tampa Bay area, and my personal favorite, seafood bisque. Now, from what we've heard, it's not too far off from being back in business, and from the looks of it, it's going to be better than ever, and I cannot wait for it to reopen. So we did make it back to the Cambria before dark, so of course we had to come back up to the rooftop to take in one more gorgeous Madeira Beach sunset and to get our nightly sunset shot. Next, we're going to be heading right down there to our dinner spot.
Our dinner spot is the Angry Pepper. They're known for their smoked meats and their homemade sauces. We normally come here on Taco Tuesdays because we absolutely love their smoked ground beef tacos. But since we're here on a Thursday, we're gonna try some different things. I went with Pepper's famous beef brisket dinner, and Skylar ordered the Angry Chicken Sandwich.
So So my angry chicken sandwich has arrived, and I was not prepared for how huge this thing is. The chicken is very good. Now our server talked both Jamie and I into paying the extra buck to get a side of mac and cheese, but she says it's worth it. We'll see if we agree. Oh, it looks really good. That is amazing. Definitely worth the upcharge. Holy cow.
That's very tender, but I am gonna add some of their sauce to it. The Angry Pepper does make several sauces, but our favorite sauce is actually this one, and I'm not sure where the name came from, but it is sweet, spicy, a little bit tangy, and delicious.
Our Angry Pepper experience did end up being a good one, but that chicken sandwich ended up being almost half breading. We had to remove a bunch of it to eat it, but it did come with a really good hot sauce and blue cheese on top, and it was crunchy, so it was a decent sandwich. But our favorite things were definitely that beef brisket and the mac and cheese, and that might have been the best mac and cheese we've ever had. Now we have a huge day ahead of us tomorrow still, but we still got one stop ahead of us tonight.
Our last stop of the night is the Saltwater Hippie, which is only a block from the Cambria and is right behind me. We love to stop through here, grab a drink, and listen to the music. Now, we're not going to show you a lot from inside of there because by the time a lot of you have a chance to come and visit, it's going to be relocated across the street to its new location, which they are renovating right now. Now, we're going to go and listen to that band, and we'll meet back up with you bright and early in the morning.
We are back out on John's Pass. It's about 7 a.m. The sun just came up and there's almost nobody out here right now. But we are about to go on a fishing trip on that boat right there. We just finished up our pre-boarding briefing with Captain Dylan from Hubbard's. We're gonna go out on the party boat. It's a 5-hour ride. I think it's an hour out, an hour in, and we should be fishing for around 3 hours. They said we're probably gonna be catching grunts and porgies today, and maybe a hogfish if we're lucky. Hopefully we catch a lot. I don't really care what we catch as long as we catch something. So we just made it out into the Gulf, and currently we are in the galley area, which as you can see is very spacious. There's like 8 tables in here. There's lots of room to sit and eat. And as you can probably see, it might look a little bit hazy, and that's because they're actually cooking up some food right now. They're making breakfast sandwiches. They do that in the morning, and then around noontime they make burgers as well.
It is another abnormally cool morning this morning, so it is nice to be able to get out of the elements and stay out of that wind. But the good thing is the seas are supposed to be pretty calm today, so we shouldn't have to worry about Skylar getting seasick. Something I love about this party boat experience is if you have your own fishing gear, stuff you like to use, and you just want to bring your own food for the entire trip, you can. But if you don't have your own fishing gear and you just want to show up and not have to worry about anything, they make it so easy to do that because you can rent poles from Hubbard's, you can buy bait from them, and you can even add on a meal plan. We decided to get breakfast sandwiches to eat on the way out, so that way later on we can just focus on fishing.
Now we did hear the captain say we're going to be going out a little further and fishing in deeper water than this boat typically does. I'm not entirely sure why, but we trust that they're going to find us the fish.
The boat we're on today is the Friendly Fisherman. There are 2 restrooms on board. Captain Dylan said that there's only about 30-some people on the trip today, and it doesn't feel crowded at all. Now, Captain Dylan Hubbard is who did our briefing this morning, but there's a different Captain Dylan who's actually navigating the boat today. And then we've got Super J and T who's going to help us with all of our fishing today. And then we also have Jason in the galley. After a quick presentation from Super J about how to correctly use the fishing poles, T cut up the squid bait, and Captain Dylan found us our first fishing spot.
So the engines are idling. I think that means we're going to drop in soon. We're going to start off with squid, and then once we get the hang of it, we're going to move over to shrimp because everything will bite on the shrimp, including the hogfish.
Yeah? Oh yeah, you do.
Just pulled in the first fish. It was a gray snapper. I didn't know if it was big enough, but they said it's a keeper. Jamie decided she wants to start fishing with shrimp, but she's also afraid to handle the shrimp. Jamie finally got her shrimp on. Hopefully she has some luck with it.
Dang, Skylar's got something else. reeled in his second fish.
You know these are good because this is what we caught last time we were out with Hubbard's and they were delicious. So
this one's a porgy.
Porgy.
Yeah. Yeah, good job.
Thank you. Definitely had some beginner's luck so far. I think I've already had 4 really good bites and was able to pull in 2 of them.
Yeah.
Jamie, have you even had a good bite yet? No?
0.
So the boat is repositioning right now, so we can't currently be fishing, but I'm still plenty entertained by watching Jamie trying to get the shrimp out of the bucket. At a sea robin, and it actually uses those fins to kind of walk across the sea floor.
So I've at least been getting some bites. A lot of fish have taken my shrimp, so I'm basically out here just feeding the fish. Hopefully I'll catch something. We're gonna be moving again, so we're gonna pull our lines in. Hopefully catch some fish at the next spot.
All right, Jamie, need some luck. Do the fish stand. All right, that worked.
Yeah. We had no luck at that spot, so we are moving one more time. We have time for one last spot. Hopefully that's a good one. Definitely the best burger within 15 miles. Oh, Skylar's got one on. Ah, here's coming. Number 3, yeah. All right, Skylar's 3rd one.
Yeah.
Skylar got another one on. Skylar's 4th fish. He almost got away.
Jamie got her first fish, and that puts us up to 5 total.
Dang, Skylar is on fire today. This is number 5. Yeah, nice.
Turning into a fisherman finally.
Oh yeah, this is something different. Yeah.
So Jamie pulled in a red grouper. That is definitely not a keeper. They need to be 20 inches long, but still cool to catch one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Got first grouper on the line.
Just told us it was time to reel in, so our fishing is done for the day. But we got some fish. Enough for a meal, I think.
We're waiting in line to get some fish filleted, and these guys are hanging around trying to steal some fish.
We just got off the 5-hour tour with Hubbard's, and we have done that tour once or twice before, and we always have such a good time. And the Hubbard staff have always been great as well. We've met so many fun people on those tours, and we have caught fish every time, and today the weather was absolutely perfect.
Between the 2 of us, we caught 7 fish, and 6 of them were keepers, which probably would have been enough to feed us both, but we also got some donations from Ken and Dylan, so we are gonna have a feast. We are gonna show you where you can have your fresh catch cooked up for you, but since we had those burgers on the boat, we are not quite ready to eat yet, so we're gonna go grab some coffee first.
Now, after spending 5 hours out in the sun and having to get up pretty early to catch that fishing charter, we were definitely in need of an energy boost, and the Fruit Float Cafe did hit the spot. Now, as the name suggests, that place actually started off as a floating fruit boat that brought fruit to people on the water, but now it also has a brick and mortar shop that does sell fruit smoothies and acai bowls, but also has specialty coffees. We both went with one of their signature iced lattes. We love that they were both made with homemade syrups, neither of them were overly sweet, and they weren't watered down down at all. It did give us the pick-me-up we needed, and we would definitely recommend that place, but now it's time to go get that fish cooked up.
The Friendly Fisherman is the oldest original seafood restaurant here in Johns Pass. It's located right next to Hubbard's Marina and was founded by Captain Wilson Hubbard himself.
Now, in addition to the Boardwalk Grill that we went to yesterday, this is the spot on Johns Pass for fresh seafood, and you don't get much fresher than the fish we just caught a few hours ago. Now, last time we caught fish with Hubbard's, we actually brought it here, so we know that this Cajun fried fish is gonna be amazing. But that time we were eating primarily porgies, and this time we're gonna be eating primarily grunts, so we'll see if we like this as much. Wow. That is every bit as good as I remember those porgies being. This is great fish.
That fish is crispy, the batter is light and not too greasy, and that Cajun seasoning just has a little bit of a kick to it. Now, they did give us tartar sauce, but I don't think we're going to use it because it is excellent as it is.
Now, even though we do have a mountain of fish to eat, the folks here at Friendly Fisherman were kind enough to bring us out some shrimp and scallops to try as well. This looks amazing. And they put butter and Parmesan on that, I think. The scallop's a little bit charred, super tender. It's good. We just finished up our meal here at Friendly Fisherman. We both did agree that our favorite thing was that Cajun fried fresh catch. We did our best to finish it, but we only got about half of it down. Thankfully, though, we did find some other people to eat the rest, so it did not go to waste. Now, we did know we were gonna love those shrimp and scallops as soon as we saw them because they looked amazing, but what surprised us is how much we enjoyed those mashed potatoes. Those were fantastic as well. Now, we actually still have one more activity out on the water today, so we'll meet you on another boat shortly. So we've added some layers and made it back out to the docks, but we still have a few minutes before our next tour is going to take off. So we wanted to take the opportunity to thank you all for watching this episode. And since you are still watching, we're going to assume you're at least somewhat enjoying it. So if you would hit that thumbs up button or that hype button, we'd appreciate it so much, because doing so really will help this video reach a wider audience and will allow us to keep making more videos like this one.
We have boarded Hubbard's Sunset Cruise. If you have no interest in fishing, they have other activities to consider, including this cruise, dolphin watching cruises, a pirate ship, as well as cruises to Egmont Key and Shell Key. This particular cruise does offer complimentary beer and wine. There are some other drinks and snacks for purchase. Captain Mike says that tonight we're going to go all the way around Treasure Island. Skylar was first in line at the open bar. They have Busch Latte on tap.
No, I'm not gonna try to tell you that Busch Light is my first beer of choice, but after a long day of fishing, they are going down smooth, and you sure can't beat the price. Right now we're going by the Secret Garden at the very far north end of St. Pete Beach on Upham Beach. It was totally wiped out by the hurricanes a little over a year ago, but they have done a lot of work to it, and it is looking really nice again.
So in addition to watching sunset and enjoying unlimited drinks, sometimes you can also even spot dolphins on these cruises. But our captain did say that because of the cold weather, the dolphins have been acting a little strangely lately, but we're still hoping we'll see some.
We're about a half hour into this cruise now. The beer and wine has been flowing for a while, and the party is definitely getting started.
Party rockin'. We do have to thank Hubbard's for hosting us on their fishing boat, in their restaurant, and on this sunset cruise today. When you're ready to plan your Madeira Beach trip, or really any trip to the beaches in this area, we'd recommend visiting hubbardsmarina.com and getting out on the water with them, because whether you're looking for an extreme 30+ hour fishing trip or a short fun cruise like this one, they've got something for everyone.
That is a fairly uncommon sighting from what we've heard, to see one of those tiki boats out here on the Gulf, but it is so calm out here tonight.
The sun has set and we turn to go back into John's Pass. Skylar is worried they're gonna call last call, so he's getting his last beer. Yep.
So as we're coming in to port, we spotted a couple dolphins out there. They're easier to spot when the sun's setting because the water's so shiny and anything that comes out of that water sticks out.
So you gotta drink your beer before you get off the ship. Skylar is the last one. He's too interested in chatting.
Now, normally that sunset cruise would be the perfect way to end an episode, but we still have more to show you in John's Pass tonight. Also, we have to congratulate the first 3 of you who guessed where we'd be filming today correctly. We gave you some hints in our Lake Placid episode, but because that episode has not yet gone live, Jamie from the future is going to announce the winners right now.
The first 3 of you to guess that we'd be filming in Madeira Beach and John's Pass today were Chad Miller Fishing, An Unexpected Fire 4062, and Amy Carissa. Thanks to all of you who took the time to guess.
Now, as of now, we still have not quite locked in on where we're going to be filming our next episode either, but by the time we're editing this video, we should know, so once again, we're going to let future Jamie give you the clues on that one.
Our next episode will take us to another coastal Florida destination. It's named after a woman, and in our opinion, it has some of the best beaches in all of Florida. Be sure to leave your guesses in the comments, and the first 3 of you to guess correctly will get a shout out in our next episode. Now, even if you have absolutely no interest in getting out on the water, John's Pass is still worth a visit because it is filled with restaurants, bars, souvenir stores, dessert shops, and specialty shops. It could keep you busy all day long. We happen to be here during an event called Final Fridays, which happens the last Friday of every month. They close off some of the rows, there's live music, and we're told that each one is themed, and tonight's is pirate themed, so we're gonna show you what that's all about. We found live music in an intersection, at the Tipsy Tiki Bar, and at the Bamboo Beach Bar. Each had different vibes going on, plus a lot of the stores are still open. If you happen to be visiting Madeira Beach on the last Friday of the month, we would recommend checking out Final Fridays. We're gonna go enjoy it a little bit more, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.